Hey guys, buckle up because today we're diving into one of the most exciting updates in the world of Street Outlaws. The Racers for Speed Promotions No Prep Kings have been confirmed, and let me tell you, this lineup is stacked. We've got some of the biggest names in the game, and the competition is going to be absolutely intense. Now, let's talk about who's officially in. We've got Ryan Martin, Murder Nova, Kye Kelley, Lizzie Musi, Cody Baker, Jeff Lutz, Clay Cole, Scott Taylor, Paige Coughlin, Jerry Bird, Daddy Dave, Bobby Ducote, Kayla Morton, and Brad Eglian all confirmed to be racing this season. That's already a powerhouse lineup, but the surprises don't stop there. While most of these racers are expected to participate in all or most of the events, there are some names still in the gray area. Mike Bowman, Mike Murillo, Birdman, and even Justin Swanstrom are still question marks. Swanstrom originally stepped away from NPK after his contract wasn't renewed, but now there's talk that he might be in negotiations to make a return. And let's be honest, Swanstrom brings a lot of energy to the competition. If he comes back, it could shake things up in a big way. One of the most game-changing aspects of this season is that it's an open invitation. That's right, anybody can step up and race against the biggest names in No Prep Kings. The only rules for the main event? Steel roof and steel quarter panels. That means no pro mods, but beyond that, it's fair game. In previous years, drivers had to go through the future class to try and earn a spot in the main event. And let's be honest, last year's team selection process made it even harder for new racers to break in. But now, if you've got the car and the skills, you can line up next to Ryan Martin, Kye Kelley, or Murder Nova and go for the win. This change is going to make for some wild matchups and huge upsets throughout the season. Here's another huge difference. This season will be way shorter than previous ones. Instead of 15 to 16 events, we're looking at just 7 championship races. That means every single race counts more than ever. No room for mistakes, no time for slow starts. Racers will have to bring their A game from the very first event. And don't forget, there are also 3 races in Canada and 2 $100,000 small tire shootouts. That's right, 6-figure payouts on the line, and one of those small tire races will be on a prep track, while the other will be on a no-prep surface. That's going to test these racers in every possible way. Now, let's circle back to the big question, will Justin Swanstrom return to NPK? His contract wasn't renewed at the end of last season, but with the open invite format, there's a real chance he could show up. And if he does, it's highly likely that Todd Ardron, aka Fonzie, will be back as well. These two would add some serious firepower to the roster, and honestly, it just wouldn't feel the same without Swanstrom stirring things up. With no weight rules and no boost restrictions for screw blowers, this season is going to be an all-out war. Some racers, like Kye Kelley, could have a major advantage. His car is lightweight and can fit a 36-inch tall tire, which is a huge deal on no-prep surfaces. Plus, we've already seen that screw blowers can be lethal in this type of racing. The competition is going to be fierce, and we might see some unexpected rivalries formed throughout the season. Even with the stacked lineup we already have, there are still more racers expected to join. We could see Chuck Seitzinger, Mike Murillo, Birdman, and even some completely new faces show up at events. And with the open invitation, we could get some surprise entries that completely change the game. This season of No Prep Kings under Speed Promotions is shaping up to be one of the most unpredictable and exciting we've ever seen. With the open invite format, no weight rules, a shorter season, and a massive payout at stake, every race is going to be intense. The fans are going to love it, and the drivers? They're going to have to fight harder than ever before. One of the most exciting things about this season is how the open invitation is going to change the game. In past seasons, racers had to fight through the future class or wait for a spot on a team to even get a shot at racing in the main event. Now, that barrier is gone. This means underdogs, new talent, and even veterans who never got their shot can roll up to the starting line and compete against the best in the business. This format shift is a huge opportunity for grassroots racers who have been building their cars and honing their skills on local tracks. Imagine someone stepping in for their first No Prep Kings event and taking out one of the big-name drivers. The upsets are going to be wild. If there was ever a season for surprise winners and breakout stars, this is it. With no guaranteed spots and anyone being able to enter, the strategy for this season is completely different. In past years, racers had time to test, adjust, and figure out their setups over a long season. But with only 7 championship races, there's no room for trial and error. Every race is going to feel like a finals night because there just aren't enough opportunities to recover from a loss. This also means that consistency is going to be more important than ever. A racer who might not be the absolute fastest could still win the championship just by going rounds every weekend while others struggle with their setups. Whoever figures out the right combo first is going to have a major advantage. One of the biggest changes this year is the lack of boost restrictions on screw blowers. In previous seasons, there were strict limitations on how much power these setups could make. But now, that cap is gone. That means racers running screw blowers could potentially dominate if they can put the power down. This is especially concerning for competitors running prochargers and turbo setups. While those combinations have been strong in the past, they now have to go up against screw blowers that could be making insane amounts of power. The only question is, will they be able to hook on a no-prep surface? If they can, it could be game over for other power adders. Speaking of advantages, Kye Kelley might be sitting in the perfect position to dominate this season. His car is lightweight, and he can run a 36-inch tall tire, which is a huge advantage on no-prep tracks. Bigger tires mean more traction and smoother power delivery, which could make his car one of the most consistent in the field. Plus, Kelley is already one of the toughest racers in the game. He's proven time and time again that he can handle the pressure and adapt to different race conditions. If anyone is poised to take advantage of the new rule set, it's him. A shorter season means higher stakes at every single race, but it also means less wear and tear on the cars and racers. In previous years, teams had to deal with 15+ races, which led to engine failures, broken parts, and fatigue. This year, with only 7 races, teams can go all in without worrying about saving parts for later in the season. This could lead to some of the fastest, hardest-hitting racing we've ever seen. Without the need to conserve their equipment, racers can push their cars to the limit at every single event. But on the flip side, if a racer has one bad weekend, their championship hopes could be over instantly. There's no time for comebacks or second chances. With speed promotions taking over and no prep kings moving in a new direction, fans are wondering, what's next? Will this open invite format stick around? Will the big TV deal rumors come true? And most importantly, will we see even more big-name racers join the series? If this season is successful, we could see even more changes next year. Maybe a longer season, even bigger payouts, or maybe even some international events beyond Canada. The possibilities are endless, but for now, all eyes are on 2025's No Prep King season to see how it all plays out. One thing that could make this season even more special is the fan experience. With more races being streamed online and more racers engaging with fans on social media, this could be one of the most interactive seasons ever. Fans will have more access to behind-the-scenes action, driver insights, and even real-time updates on race day. And let's not forget about the live events. The energy at No Prep Kings races is unmatched, and with a more open competition field, every event is going to be must-watch. If you've never been to an NPK event before, this is definitely the year to go. At the end of the day, this season is huge for the entire Street Outlaws community. It represents a new chapter for No Prep Kings and a fresh start with speed promotions at the helm. More racers, fewer rules, and higher stakes mean that this could be the most intense season we've ever seen. So, who do you think is going to dominate this season? Will the screw blowers take over? Can Kye Kelley capitalize on his advantages? And will Justin Swanstrom make his long-awaited return? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Street Outlaws updates. This season is going to be wild, and you don't want to miss a second of it.